a little bit more into CDP and specifically artificial intelligence. Hopefully the session will complement that content. I'm joined today by a couple of stalwarts within our organization, Adam Belushi and Jason Earl, product management and product owners of Acquia Personalization. Adam, Jason, would you like to say a few words? I believe you're on mute, Adam. It's the beauty of doing it live.
Yeah, that's going to get me all the time. Thank you, Alex. Adam Belushi, product manager for Acquia Personalization. Looking forward to explaining some of the exciting things we have coming up this year and what we have in terms of capabilities for you.
Fantastic. And Jason, don't forget the mute.
That's right. Very important. Hi, everyone. My name is Jason. I'm a product owner on Acquia Personalization, and I'll be showcasing some of the great work that we've been doing this year.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, both. Before we pass it back to Adam and Jason, we have an action-packed agenda over the next 20 minutes. We'll start on some recent trends and briefly provide an overview of Acquia Personalization before Adam will take us into a deep dive on some of the key innovations his team has been working on. And we'll also get into a demo of the new segmentation experience that Jason will actually provide us with. So why don't we just jump right in, because there's quite a bit to go through. We all know that personalization is really a central component to fueling effective digital experiences. Yet, it's a practice that has faced some challenges over the years, and even more so amplified today. It can be complicated for personalization teams to access the right data, manage that data effectively, as well as their consumers' privacy. Even tracking and measuring the results that they generate is often a hassle because of this. And these are no small issues by any means. In fact, Gartner estimates that these challenges will force marketers to plan to abandon about 80% of their personalization efforts by 2025, which is quite a great deal when you think about it. In the end, if you can't measure the return or meet your customers' standards, how can you actually justify the exercise of personalization? But again, personalization is expected by consumers, right? When we go to a website, when we receive an email, we want content that's relevant to us. So much so that 3 out of 4 people want brands to know who they are and willingly provide their information to receive personalized experiences that they actually want. And when those consumers are met with those experiences that deliver value to them as individuals, it has a real world impact, because for those marketers with personalization practices who have actually been able to quantify their results, personalization lifts sales by nearly 20% on average. So in short, personalization needs a new approach. We need to rethink how we're doing it instead of abandoning it as a whole, as Gartner is predicting. And that's exactly why we've been hard at work on Acquia Personalization. Acquia Personalization, for those of you who are new to the application, is really a no-code solution that enables marketers to point, click, and personalize in 3 easy steps so that anyone, regardless of their technical acumen, can actually build, launch, and optimize digital experiences quickly. It's the only personalization solution that is optimized for Drupal, helping marketers quickly and easily optimize experiences in real time across a global network of websites from a single, intuitive, and centralized place. And moreover, Acquia Personalization is now integrated with Acquia CDP, bringing a wealth of power and insight to a marketer's fingertips to effectively individualize, coordinate, and measure experiences for all, as Adam will walk us through now. So Adam, why don't I pass it to you to get into some of the innovations here?
Sure thing. And bear with me while we get to the heart of the matter here, and I don't talk with my hands as I am wont to do. Doesn't work well on camera. All right, so what does it mean for personalization to be integrated with Acquia CDP? And we call it a unified data layer, okay? Now, right now, if you look at this slide, there's a lot going on here, but at the top are your users, and they are engaging with you in many, many different ways. Maybe they're doing so through email, maybe they're doing so through a call center or point of sale or social or some other method where your users, your visitors, your customers are engaging with your business. All of that data can flow into the unified data layer inside of Acquia CDP. And that's what powers personalization. Each data point informs segmentations and as a result, the decisions that Acquia Personalization makes to tailor website content to those visitors. In addition, the choices that they make are happening in real time, and that data flows back into our unified data layer. And we're able to process that in real time and further tailor the website experience to your users' needs and wants. This is, this is happening in milliseconds, right? We need to be able to process this information and make a decision as to what content that user wants to see in under about 250 milliseconds. So it's pretty impressive. And each event that they trigger can inform the next content that is displayed. And all of this delivers a highly relevant experience to your visitors. So your users, customers, visitors, I use all those terms interchangeably because depending upon your business, you may have a different name for them. But the first thing, we think about that user journey, that customer journey, how does it take place? And it takes place first with an awareness of your brand. They hear about, perhaps you're a university, and they hear that you're really, really good for management or for communications, or you're a consumer brand, and hey, you have a really, really hot product coming out. So there's an awareness there, and they kind of raise their hand with some interest. And then they start to engage. They start to do a little research, a little poking around. Is this the right thing for me? And then they make some sort of commitment. Is that reaching out to an enrollment office or making a purchase either online or in a brick and mortar store? And then we want to foster a sense of loyalty and grow that relationship over time. So there's many different sources of data that trigger this 360-degree profile of this person, of this user, of this visitor to your website. And this all gives you a holistic view of their history, right? And this profile allows you to deliver relevant content with Acquia Personalization. It allows you to coordinate your messaging across all touch points and deliver a coherent and consistent message to your visitors, whether that message is coming from a website visit or a direct mail flyer, or perhaps an email marketing campaign. All of this is happening in real time with Acquia Personalization, allowing you to always be in sync with your visitors' interests. And finally, this allows you to leverage machine learning to gain greater insights and deliver an optimal experience to your visitors. So we want to deliver the experiences your visitors expect, and we want to fuel that with zero-party data. And we want that to result in highly relevant personalizations that connect with your audience. Now, these are important tenets of personalization. There's a fine line to walk with personalization, right? Too much, and you can make people feel uncomfortable. There's this line of, I want relevant content, but I don't want to feel like too much, right? So you want to make sure that the data that the personalizations are firing on are ones that the customer has selected, that they want to be engaged with. The weather is a great example here. You go to a website, you pull up weather, zip code's probably enough for what you're looking for. Do you really need something down to a 10-meter circle around your house? Do you even want that? Well, maybe you do, and it's okay if you do, but you should elect that. So we want to drive the personalization experience with data that was supplied by the customer for a specific channel of engagement. Plus, when you have all your data in one place, it makes compliance a lot easier. So, machine learning. Machine learning is a really exciting field, and it is a new capability of Acquia Personalization brought to us by our CDP, and it has boundless promise. And if you think about it, two of the biggest areas that we can talk about are our recommendations, product and content. So if you're a B2C and you're selling a product of one form or another, you're probably interested in people who buy this also like to buy these things too, or might be interested in these types of things. And machine learning can help predict that with our machine learning models. If you're an educational institution or another institution, or if you are also a B2C, content recommendations, your website, right? What do they want to see next? Maybe they're looking at reviews for TVs. Maybe they are in the market for an AV purchase. And so they'll also be interested in soundbar reviews or speaker reviews. All of these things can be informed by ML. Also, at the heart of personalization is our segment recommendations. So we segment our audiences in certain ways as marketers, right? We want to know that we want to tailor this marketing message to men between the ages of 20 and 44 in these geolocations, and that's tailored with this message, and that segments our audience and our user base in a certain way. And ML can help inform that for us. It can also provide insights into profiles. It can help us test our hypotheses, and it can just help us target our marketing efforts better. So what is our machine learning framework? Machine learning enhances the insights that marketers gain from the system, as well as the way that we can identify customer segments and engage with them on websites and across all of our other channels. Specifically for marketers, this means that Acquia's machine learning models and clusters and predictions are available at the customer level and across the entire Marketing Cloud suite, including in analytics, campaign building, journey mapping, and personalization. You can easily access and leverage Acquia machine learning, including using out-of-the-box models, as well as your own models, and feeding these back into the platform. So this is an important thing. If you have a data science team, if you have the data folks in-house to do this type of modeling, you don't have to take our stuff out of the box. You can engage with us, and those models can be fed into our machine learning. If you don't have that data science team, which a lot of marketing teams don't have access to, you can use what we provide out of the box, and that will actually see some benefit there. So this means that machine learning is going to be available to you in an easy to use across all areas of the business, right? And this is going to help you make smarter decisions. It takes a little while to gain faith in the models and gain faith in the outcomes that they predict. And you can do hypothesis testing. That's what this is meant to do. We all are going to make mistakes. Even machine learning makes mistakes, right? What we want to do is we want to learn from our mistakes faster and adjust and course correct as we can. So we think that this is a really exciting development for personalization. And we also believe that this is something that's going to help customers fall into that 20% of that graph of Gartner that says they become successful and they stick with personalization. So that's machine learning. At the heart of personalization, and this is something I alluded to earlier, is segmentation, right? And how do we drive consistent, meaningful experiences across all of our channels? So you have one profile for all of your outreach, and that allows for your consistent messaging. You know that Emily Smith is the same Emily Smith as esmith42@gmail.com. Please don't email that I don't know who it belongs to. And we have user-friendly interfaces to help marketers achieve their goals. We have a robust set of APIs if you're on the more technical side of marketing and need to interact with the tool directly. And you can gain some insights into your segments and your user bases using our powerful analytic tools. And you can segment your users based on all their interactions with your company, right? One place for all your data, one place for all your interactions, and one place to understand your customer base. Your business is complicated, but with Acquia Marketing Cloud, your data doesn't have to be anymore. And with that, I'm going to hand it over to my product owner, Jason, for a demo on our new segmentation UI that is being released next month.
I was going to be a little more positive and say 2 weeks. It's not that far away.
That's true. That is next month. But yeah, no, it is coming very, very soon.
All right. Jason,
Great.
ready to go?
All set. So this is something that we've been working on the past year. Very excited to show off the new and revamped segmentation UI. For example, in our new UI, if you want to begin targeting your segment, you might want to start with a particular location. In this case, we're going to target Canada and the United States. Using our new search function, this will be easy to do. If that's not quite enough to segment your visitors, we may want to begin using an engagement score. And in this example here, let's only use a score of greater than 1. If you're perhaps in the education space, we might need to add some tags based on the Drupal content that is already available on your page and use terms like enrollment or enroll or requirements as an example. And lastly, just to make sure that we are for sure segmenting the right group, we might want to include some other parameters for the URL or for the domain so that it contains the term edu. Acquia Personalization offers a number of other criteria to use to segment your web visitors, including different kinds of custom events that you yourselves will be able to implement. If, for example, a form is important to be filled out, that can be tied to a segment. You can segment upon the moment a user captures a form. Ultimately, at the end of the day, it should be easy to configure all of your segments so you can best target the most relevant visitors to your site. And that's what we have accomplished with our new and improved segmentation UI.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Jason. All right. So great overview of how kind of the innovations within both Acquia Personalization as well as the integration of Acquia Personalization with Acquia CDP and the broader Acquia Marketing Cloud ecosystem can be leveraged to drive the right experience based on the right data for all individuals, however or wherever they choose to engage, to foster engagement and loyalty across the customer journey. I do see that there are some questions in the chat pod. Adam, I would like, since we have a couple minutes here, perhaps we could address some of them live before we part ways and see if we can get a little discussion going. Does that work?
Yeah, that works for me.
Super. So there was a great question by David Alexandre. It seems that all the neat features you're presenting are linked to CDP. How much can you do with only the personalization product and not the suite?
Sure thing. So with Acquia Personalization, you get the unified data layer. And the unified data layer is something that kind of comes along with your personalization subscription. The ML pieces, the machine learning pieces, that would be utilization of the CDP personalization bundle. So that is a good question. As this develops, you know, these things will shift a little bit over time, but that's where things stand today.
Yeah, just to add to that, Adam, the unified data layer that comes with all Marketing Cloud products and helps our customers onboard new solutions as they need is what enables that unified customer profile. As you add solutions, right, such as the CDP, you get additional functionality on top of that unified data layer. So to Adam's point, the machine learning elements are one portion of the features that come with Acquia CDP today. That's what you get. And they can enhance the personalization solution in and of itself. But with that said, the personalization solution is available to our customers fully independently of Acquia CDP today, and you can most certainly use it and leverage it to personalize your websites standalone. But I do know that Anthony is hosting a session right after this. So with that said, we're pretty much at time. I want to thank you all for joining us. Please be sure to stick around for the session immediately after this, where we'll get into how East Tennessee State University has been orchestrating kind of the end-to-end academic life cycle from prospective students all the way to alumni with Acquia Campaign Studio, another great part of the Marketing Cloud that enables orchestration. So I hope to see you soon all there. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.